Now. What is this? Why am I looking at Sentry tearing Carnage in half? Like, this would be the last thing this guy would want to show, right? I suppose you're right, but hey. I don't know, I just felt like doing something different. I don't know. Perhaps making a list of my favorite Carnage quotes, if you will. Don't know. I don't know, I mean, it was really hard to make this list. It was really hard to put some of my favorite quotes in order, because he's got so many good ones that embody his personality. There's a lot. Anyways, honorable mentions. So it's this: whatever happened to Carnage? How Cletus remembers it. Now just who the hell is this Sentry Buck? He's a strong one. Yeah! Fast, too. Oh, wait, are those my... That shouldn't be funny, should it? And then you have him watching Sentry just fly off and leaving him there. Aw, where are you going? Don't leave me up here, it was just getting good. Guess I'm dying. Hope it's as fun as it looks. Was that? We're going to sleep? Alright. You do what you gotta do, buddy. You do what you gotta do. Yeah, sorry if my impression isn't as energetic right now. Kind of getting over a cold, but, you know. Yeah, so my bad. Then again, he was very calm here, so I didn't really want to emphasize too much of his voice, so... Yeah, this is just an honorable mention. So basically, here's how the list is gonna go. It's going to be based off of the quote and how significant it is towards Carnage's character, how it affects the characters around him, and how impactful and meaningful his words are to his own character. And no, I am excluding Good Guy Carnage from this because, I don't know, as good as his quotes are, and as funny as they are, it doesn't... It shows more of the sympathetic side of Carnage. Let's just say we're going to go all out in... Wait, all out in? What the heck? We're going to go all in and all evil. So we're going to go full evil Carnage here, right? Just putting it like that. Putting that right out there. Anyways, let's continue. Here, of course, is Carnage USA. Now, this isn't the exact page where he says it, but... I couldn't find that page on Google, so whatever. Or anywhere, really. I was looking all over. I could not find a picture of that. For some reason. But, I just thought it was a really cool phrase he said. He was mocking Thing when he infected him. He's like, hey, check out my Thing impression. It's murdering time. And, yeah. So just a little honorable mention there, if you would. And here is number 10. Alright? Neither one of us can survive without the other. Forget host. Forget symbiote. There's only Carnage. Now, this quote is one of the best introductions to the character I could have ever thought of. Like, it shows how different he is from Venom. And why he uses singular pronouns instead of, you know, the we and the us that Venom and really all the other symbiote characters use. So yeah, he uses I, and you see why. And you see just how insane and depraved he is, and how he feels as if it isn't really a separate entity, but rather an extension of himself, and vice versa. His psychology is really fucked up, but I love it. So yeah, really good introduction to the character. I thought it was really nice. And here we go into number 9. He was saying a lot of good shit here, so I just had to pick one I could not choose for quite a while, but then I'm like, you know what? This one's gotta be it. So here it is. Gonna be blood. So much damn blood. Gonna paint the town red. And yeah, it's as simple as that. You get his bloodlust right here. Not much more for me to say here. At least, I don't think there is. Well, I mean, I guess it highlights his savage personality. That's really good. And his bloodlust and how much he hates all of the venoms he's surrounded by. Forgive me, you're going to be seeing a lot of Family Feud here. I own the book, and I own USA, so yeah, but anyways, I couldn't find pages because they didn't really have enough images of Carnage with his onslaught-looking mech suit. But oddly enough, that's where most of his best quotes come from in the story. That's why I was like, why can't I find these? Well, anyways, I'm glad I own a physical copy, and yeah, he basically, in case you guys don't know, if you guys are curious as to how the Carnage mech became a thing, he basically grabbed all of Hall's copies. Well, if you guys don't know who Hall is either, he's like a competitor to Tony Stark, and he made suits that are kind of like cheap knockoffs of Tony's Iron Man armors. Or at least Tony would tell you that anyway. So, yeah, what Carnage did is, since they were infused with his being, he pulled the men together, and he just basically started going all Transformers on them by having them each become a limb. Like, he would embody them with his very being, and he would suffocate the life out of them, and he was basically wearing corpses as his own set of armor. It was badass. But really, really freaky. Like, it was really bad. The shit he does in that armor, oof. Like, Spider-Man and Iron Man did not have a good time. I mean, this kind of already shows it, but yeah. So, what does he say? Okay, here's what he says, ladies and gentlemen. Metal feels funny next to their bodies. This isn't the first time I've worn dead bodies as clothes. Might be the most fun I've had, though. Makes the top 3 at least. And then he proceeds to go on singing as if he was listening to a metal song. And yeah, it's really, really weird, but really, really fun. I'm an ocean of hate breaking over your city, man. Only way you're gonna stop me is by letting me and Michael Hall. You didn't stop me, the tide just went out. But the moon's full, isn't it? Tide's coming back in. Grrr. And yeah, you got that stuff. Then you got him doing one of the most jacked up things he could have possibly done at this point in time. Now, what does he do? You remember how I said it's basically forged out of corpses? About that. He's choking Spider-Man, and he's like, "Hey, you like jokes, yeah? I'll do a bit for you. Hi, Spider-Man. Look at me, I'm dead. Comedy." Now, what did he do? He made one of the corpses come out, and he blood puppeted it and basically made it talk to Spider-Man and tell him that he was dead. And then when he says it's comedy, Spider-Man's like, "No, you sick hillbilly." I like how he still feels the need to insult him after that, but whatever. He's Spider-Man. He always needs to come up with quirks, even in the darkest hours. Okay, remember how I said I loved this entire confrontation? I decided to split it up, so I am including another one. Don't get on me, but it's from the same book. And yeah, okay, so let's move into it. Hold on now. Is this who you brought me here to kill? A bunch of messed up superheroes? And yeah, you got him puzzling, thinking. He's like, Why didn't you say so? If you're gonna give this here dog a treat, then you've gotta let him know how much meat's gonna be on the bone. And he tears Poison Iron Fist in half, killing him with glee. So, yeah, this embodies his violence, as have the other quotes, but I don't know, it feels sort of poetic when he says it here. I don't know, it could just be me, but let me know if you agree. I don't know. But yeah, I promise this is going to be the last quote from this book, alright? Just relax. Relax. Please, don't get on me. And now, we are back to Family Feud. Okay. Here is probably one of my favorite quotes in the entire book. Poor baby. You want to snort madness? You don't start with the hard stuff. Now, you might be thinking, snort madness, what the heck is he talking about? He's referring to when Iron Man tried to absorb the suit off of him, but his insanity is so strong, the suit was getting overloaded and couldn't handle his madness. It's not that he had too much biomass, it was his madness, his own insanity, proved too much for Stark, his suit, and its AI to even, imagine. It was ridiculous. That's how insane he is. His insanity, wow. His mind is so messed up it could overload AI. It's ridiculous. But yeah, you've got that. And then you've got this is probably the best moment in terms of developing Scorn that I've seen at all. So let's get right to it. Alrighty. So, you're probably wondering, who is Scorn? Or if you do know her, because you've read the comic, well, for those of you who don't know, she's a new character. She's in Family Feud in USA. She gets killed off in Carnage born for whatever reason. I'll get on Kate's later, don't you worry. But, yeah. She gets infected by Carnage in order to get to Cletus Cassidy. She's basically a temporary host. But he also, a portion of him, infects her arm, because she lost an arm because of one of Michael Hall's guys, blasting her arm off. But she gets they pay her back with a synthetic arm, but there's also a portion of the Carnage symbiote in there, so it takes over, but then it leaves an offspring, and yeah, she becomes Scorn. It's pretty cool. She has she could control machinery and all of that. It's pretty cool. Anyways, into the dialogue. So this isn't just a quote from Carnage per se, but it's also mixed in with her own. So I'm gonna read you both of what they're saying so that you could get a full grasp of what is actually going on and just how dark it is to be inside his mind. My name is Tanis. I am 6 years old and I find a dog with 3 legs and 1 eye. My parents take him to the pound. They let me come. A gray-haired man says he's going to make the dog sleep forever. I cry and I scream, and when I bite the man's hand, they let me take the dog home. He needs me. I love him. More than me. Mommy loves it more than me. Its tongue tickles my arm as I cut its throat. That's not why I'm laughing. My name is No, I am Dr. Tanis Neves. I am 26 and I am going to be a psychiatrist. I'm going to help all the damaged creatures of the world. I'm going to love the unlovable. Graduation. They say it's the only way to leave the Estes. School for boys. I show them another. The headmaster burns first. He's not the last. My name is No. So as you can see here, he's playing with her memories. It is ridiculous. No, I am Tanis Neves, head doctor at the Ravencroft Institute for the Criminally Insane. I found another mimed animal. Her name is Frances. She calls herself Shriek. They say she's a murderer and a supervillain, and they call her Shriek. But I read her history and I cry and I have to go home sick. They want her on Thorazine because she's seeing a six-armed Spider-Man in her window. I tell them to go to hell. I don't put my patients to sleep. She screams her pain as death and hatred. She kills for me. I like it. When it gets boring, I'll put her down like my mother's dog. I am Carnage. Killing someone I love will make me happy. No, no, no! My name is Tanis Neves. There is something in my brain. It wants to drown me in alien memories and lose me in an ocean of thought. I can't give up my mind because I can feel it. I know it. So happy. My body, it's already taken my body. And as she's fleeting through her memories, she is out killing guards and everything. It is ridiculous just how strong Carnage has. Like how strong his control is over her. It is ridiculous. And you see him playing with her. You see him toying with her memories. It is dark. And he's making her kill people against her will. So yeah, she has a really solid reason for wanting to kill Carnage despite being a pacifist. And they push her to the brink really well. Now, I never said crossovers weren't allowed, did I? Oddly enough, the crossover comic Carnage is featured in really portrays his character accurately. Like, when he has this crossover with Joker, it is amazing. You see them exchange dialogue. I'm gonna cover this comic, don't worry. I'm gonna do it when I get the chance. But his introduction was amazing. So, in the crossover, it's Carnage who's responsible for killing Batman's parents, and Joker's responsible for murdering Uncle Ben. The way that they twisted who's who is amazing. Now I know Joker didn't kill Uncle Ben. Now I know Joker didn't kill Batman's parents and Carnage didn't kill Uncle Ben. But it was fun to see Batman target Carnage and Spider-Man target Joker, and it was a fun what if. And it showed how similar and how different Carnage and Joker are from each other very well. And let me read you how he introduces himself. But isn't that what you want to hear, Doctor? That I was a poor, abused child, that my mother beat me, my father molested me, that I was tortured and hung by my ankles over a pit of broken glass? Well, maybe that's all true. Or maybe I am just the inevitable aberration. The soul that's born so black, so twisted, so filled with unreasoning hatred that there's no explanation. You can't make me sane, Doctor. You can't hope to redeem me. All you can do is kill me, because if you don't, I'll break out of here. You'll have my word on that. And the blood, the glorious blood. And then he gets interrupted by Batman, because, why not? Just have to interrupt the villain monologues, just why not? But Carnage had by far one of the best monologues in a crossover comic that I've ever read. Like, it's ridiculous. It is really good. I highly suggest checking out Batman and Spider-Man Disordered Minds. It is really good. Or is it Spider-Man and Batman? Who cares? But yeah, I actually thought that this showed and highlighted a nice summary of the character very well. Now, you might realize something. He's talking about how a psychiatrist would normally think that someone who's insane is like hurt or depraved. Notice how he said, well, maybe that's all true. Remember how I talked about how Carnage could be a sympathetic character and all of that. He never said he was lying when he said this, and when you think about it, his mother did beat him, his grandmother did beat him as well. I don't know about the father molesting him. I don't know about that part. I just knew that he took him to, what was it? Was it a diner? There's like another name for it. I forgot what it was, but it's where people go to drink beer. He took him there when he was at the age of 5, so obviously he didn't have the best parental guidance. But he was tortured by his grandmother. She would beat him a lot, and he felt that his mother neglected him because she preferred Fifi, her dog, over him. That's why he killed it. So you see the possibility of him being a sympathetic character, but then he overshadows that by making her second guess herself and say, you know what, that could all be true. Or maybe I could just be this being forged out of chaos, out of hatred, out of spite, out of the sins that you all don't deem to be true. So here you see both sides of Carnage. You see the sympathetic side, and you see the unrelenting evil that exists within him. That was amazing to see. Now, I think he fills both simultaneously very well. But I already made a video on that. I might make another video on that because I don't feel like I covered everything, even with how long those vids were. So, yeah, moving on to the next one. Oh, yes, you guys really didn't think I was gonna make a video with Carnage and not include Mind Bomb, did you? Okay, Mind Bomb explores the psychology of Cletus Cassidy, and it shows you just how fucked up it really is, you know? It's just messed up all around. Now, when Matthew Kurtz asks him to open up, this is what he says. For those of you who haven't seen my Mind Bomb vids, you're in for a shocker. Now allow me to read it. My name is Cletus Cassidy, and I kill people, and I love it. I know 9 million ways to kill a body, and I love every single one of them. All day, every day right up until I hit the hay. I think of bodies, burst bodies, slit right up the middle and shit such nice little gardens. And when I sleep, I dream of ways to kill a body that ain't nobody thought of yet. And occasionally, I dream of Mom and Pop squirting into, hold up, just one moment, into the sink and the old garbage disposal, just grinding and gnawing on the old man's skull. So yeah, there you go. Beautiful, isn't it? Yep. Now, of course, this wasn't going to be the only Mind Bomb one I was going to do. Did you guys really think that? Of course you didn't. You've gotten this grisly image as well. Now, what is this? He just keeps on talking. That's basically what it is. Okay, so let's get into it. Talking of days that blood day, that holy day I'll tell you about me, oh yeah. That day I shared a cell with Venom. Just giving you a nice little look here. That reporter geek all wrapped up in space, an alien symbiote kill thing linked into his head. I got a wound on my my hand, and I was playing with it and all. And Venom dripped in it. Spawned in it. And its sharp egg grew in me and hatched and made me Carnage. So, yeah, I haven't even covered the entire thing because that would be way too long, and I'd just rather prefer you guys check out my Mind Bomb vid so that I don't spoil like half of the story right here. But, okay. This is the last one for Mind Bomb. I promise. Oh, wait, no, it isn't. My bad. I lied. There's another one. But this is by far one of my favorites of all time.
I'm showing you the worst things in the world because that's what the world's made of. Everything is sick. Am I getting through to you? Everything is sick, and I love it.
So you got that. Okay, we've got a tie at number 1. Alright. Oh yeah, please don't kill me if like your favorite quote wasn't on here. Because there were other good ones too. There was one from Maximum Carnage, which I'm pretty sure surprised a lot of you that I didn't include because there was just so many. There was like so many from Maximum Carnage. And I feel like that's his most famous storyline, so I'm trying to drift people over to other stories that they may not have even heard of. The one with him talking about the dog and the bone that was venomized. It wasn't exactly the greatest story out there, but they really nailed Carnage in terms of personality, which I am very happy about. But, yeah, like, Family Feud, Mind Bomb, USA, I highly encourage people to check those out. They're very underrated stories. Maximum Carnage, that one's very famous, so I try not to pick too many from there. As a matter of fact, I didn't pick any, but, I do remember one by heart, where he's like, where there's like a couple, they're driving in a car, right? They're like, talking about, oh, what's the worst that could, and then Carnage jumps on the car, happen, and then he's like, oh, hold up, let me remember, I know what he says.
He's like, come on, people, relax. This is convertible weather. Ooh, he's like, learn to live a little. Okay, very little.
And then he just slaughters them. I mean, that captures him pretty well, but it's Maximum Carnage. There's even a video game on that. I am planning on covering that huge-ass story, but I don't know when I should do it. Because there's a lot of underrated stories for Carnage that I really want to get to, and although he is the primary focus of my channel, I do like other characters that are very underrated, like Taskmaster, Sabretooth, Ultron, and such. And I also want to get into how important supervillains are to their heroes, because I feel that they don't really get enough love at times. So, yeah. Back on track. The last Carnage Mind Bomb quote. Now, you might be wondering, why did I pick these quotes? Like, why did I pick this one? Why is there even a tie at number 1? Because the way Carnage Mind Bomb concludes, oh boy, it captures him wonderfully. I couldn't have thought up of a better conclusion than this. Thought up of? No, it's thought up a better conclusion. Oh my gosh, excuse me. But yeah, he's like,
Your boy there, he wasn't mad. I'm not mad. I just gave him a bit of the old therapy you love giving me. I showed him the real world. Showed him chaos. And he went insane. Just shooting him, that ain't no kind of answer. You can't shoot chaos. And you can't keep it locked up for long.
so, what does this mean? If you guys didn't get what he was saying, after this whole drug trip of a story into his mind, he doesn't see himself as the messed up person. He sees everyone else as messed up for not acknowledging the messed up things that happen around them. He thinks that other people react to chaos in the wrong way. They try to fan it out. They try to put it down. They try to put it down for good, but they fail to acknowledge that it'll still come back. That it's like a cockroach. You can't kill it. It'll still come back. And his whole point here is that he wins no matter what these foolish people do. This is why I love Carnage. He wins no matter what. As long as the world exists, chaos exists. And as long as chaos exists, Carnage exists. That's all that matters. Now, why do I find this so intriguing? Because let me put it this way. You know, Carnage is really powerful and all that stuff. And he kills people. But let's say he gets defeated by the superheroes, right? People say, well, he loses. No, he doesn't. He's like the Joker. He shares the same creator as the Joker. They have that thing in common. They're batshit insane. Or some people might say Joker is super sane, but I don't know. You take your pick. But they both win. No matter what. Now, what do I mean by this? Let's say Carnage kills people. He wins the battle. But if Carnage loses against heroes, there are still plenty of other lives he's gotten to and taken. So while the superheroes may have won the battle, excuse me. So while the superheroes may have won the battle, Carnage won the war. Think about that. They may have beaten him in battle, but he doesn't care. He wasn't going all out, because he ultimately got what he wanted. He wanted a higher body count. He wanted to cause more pain, more suffering. And he did. He scarred the heroes. They've seen things they'll never forget. And in his all-out brawl with them, he's claimed the lives of children. He wins, no matter what. If you kill him, he doesn't care. He'll be happy. Sentry tore him in half and he was eager to die. He hates his own life. He's on the brink of suicide. If you think about it. His life is terrible. And he brings out the pain he feels. And he puts it on others. And the pain he inflicts on others, in return, he uses to mask his own pain. He's a really complex character. Like I said, I still need to make another video on it because I don't feel like I was clear enough. I want to make another vid to clarify. But like I said, this was tied for number 1. Now you might be wondering, what could possibly top this? He was talking a lot about this one. What could possibly top this? Simple. This. Now you might be thinking, what is this? He's fighting the Scarlet Spider. It's not even Spider-Man or Venom. It's not even a classic comic. No, friends, this is minimum Carnage. Minimum? You included minimum but not maximum? What the hell is wrong with you, mate? Well, I did because his confrontation with Kane as the Scarlet Spider is really, really amazing. Whenever these two clash, I can't help but get excited. Not just because I'm a Carnage fan, But because Cain is a huge asshole as well, and seeing these two dickheads go up against each other is really entertaining. They're just so brutal. But here's where it really gets me. Cain is like, I'm going to send you to hell, Cassidy. And he punches him. And Carnage responds with something legendary.
Hell, that's not a place you go. It's a place you make.
And while beating up Cain, he starts to explain.
You start by finding a place, then you kill everyone in it.
Now, what does this mean? This shows his outlook on life. Hell, he's not religious. He doesn't think religion is real. Like, he doesn't take it. He doesn't buy it. Now, for all you atheists out there and everything, that's cool, I guess, but the way he takes hell, the way he interprets it, is like a religion within itself. He crafts his own chaotic philosophy off of it. He sees it not as a place you go. He doesn't see it as Mephisto's realm. He sees himself constantly in hell. Why? Because he says you start by finding a place, then you kill everyone in it. He's killing everyone he can freaking come across. He constantly feels like he's in hell. And when you think about it, that's all his life's ever been. Hell. He's constantly going through hell. It's how he grew up. Anyways, I think I've covered enough. So I'm just going to leave you with that. But there's one more thing I want to get to that I just thought was really badass. So let's skip all the way down here. These guards come.
He's like, you killed my entire team. And he's like, not yet.
And he just pauses. He's like, take them to the marquees.
Not yet.
Carnage versus Lucy must have taken something from that, huh? Well, anyways, I thought it was something badass, so I'll just leave you guys with that. Anyways, take care.